So why and how did I become a graphic designer? Keep it locked to hear my journey and experiences along with some helpful tips that may help you towards your design career. Hey guys, I'm Philly, I'm a graphic designer and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this video is aiming at someone who's looking to get into graphic design, or maybe you're someone who's slightly older who's looking for a career change in graphic design like myself. So why and how did I become a graphic designer? Well, graphic design came into my life quite late on. I was 25 years old and at the time I was working full-time for the aerospace industry, building parts for aircrafts. It was a non-creative job. And I've always been a creative person. I've always liked to draw and I've been quite drawn to music as well since a young age. And I actually got into music production and DJing when I was about 11, 12 years old. So my creative satisfaction was really making music during my time working full time. I wanted to be a creative full time, and I feel when you have a creative skill or maybe any other skill, you should really put it to use and not waste it. But it wasn't as easy for me to get into the creative industry. I failed school when I was younger. I had no grades. I was too busy bunking lessons, doing online radio shows because I was into my music then. And that was the only thing I was good at and was really into it at the time. But the good thing I gained from leaving school at a young age and going straight into the big world was experience, and I feel that really helped direct me to where I am today. Being involved in the music industry actually led me into graphic design. I knew a few designers that were creating artwork for record labels, they were doing logos for artists and DJs, and I got really inspired by that. So I started dabbling into graphic design, learning what I could while I was working full time. And then eventually I just ended up falling in love with it and thought I could actually maybe do this as a career. So if you are slightly older and you are working full time, I would just recommend staying at your full-time job like I did and research the subject that you're into and maybe set some personal projects. And then after that, once you've kind of dabbled into that, contact a careers advisor for the government, and that's exactly what I done. And I just spoke to them about my situation and they actually guided me in the direction where I wanted to go. For me, I ended up going to university as a mature student. I felt like it was a good opportunity to start fresh and to really understand the graphic design industry. Because it's such a broad subject, it just helped me with the sort of pathway of where I want to go within graphic design. So I definitely recommend, figuring out the actual path in design you want to take and research into that. So I know that there's probably people out there who are probably thinking, our education, it's a waste of money, it's a lot of debt. But all I could say is if you are going to be self-taught, I would really recommend looking into things like visual and type hierarchy, the anatomy of type, and type classification. Those are the sort of main areas I would definitely look into before starting out as a graphic designer. Type and visual hierarchy is a system for organising a page layout, which establishes an order of importance and navigates the reader. The anatomy of type is based on the elements within the font that makes up the typeface. So that's definitely worth checking out. And type classification is a system that categorises different styles of typefaces. So this is something to really look into because it will help you understand what sort of typeface to use for certain projects. I'll put in the links in the description below so you guys can check it out and have a little read through. So from my experience of being a mature student, it isn't an easy transition and it's quite emotional sometimes. When I went to start my degree, I was struggling quite a lot and I actually found out I had really bad dyslexia and borderline dyspraxia. So no wonder why I failed school, because this wasn't picked up when I was younger. So I do find, reading, writing, even speaking very difficult, and it actually got worse when I left school. I went into work and they said, because I hadn't been reading or writing, etc., my learning difficulties got quite bad. So if you do have some sort of learning difficulty and you know of it, or maybe you might not know, if you are struggling at university, definitely seek for some help. I did, and it was the best thing I'd done, and it really, really helped me out. And like the transition as well from full-time work to part-time work is difficult, don't get me wrong, but if I can do it, you know, I'm sure you guys can. You can get extra help like maintenance loans, but I know people will be like, oh, it's just more debt. But I see it as an investment. It's an investment in my future, and I don't regret it one bit, because I've come out a better person, I feel, and I've gained a lot more skills. But I know university isn't for everyone. I know there's a lot of people in different situations. But if you are going to be self-taught, you know, I would definitely recommend, you know, looking into those few areas that I spoke about: the visual and type hierarchy, anatomy of type, and type classification. I think that would really help you out. Also, speak with people, you know, ask questions, you know, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. That's exactly what I've done, and I've learned quite a bit from other designers. So I'd really recommend just putting yourself out there and getting as much knowledge as you can. Hopefully with me sharing my experiences with you guys, this will point you in the right direction to start off your design career. If you want to keep it locked to this channel, I'm going to be doing some more videos on design tips, stuff that I've learned. That will be every Wednesday, so please subscribe, that would be really great. And yeah, hopefully see you guys soon. Take it easy.